After all, what is a Bitcoin? Or altcoins? So let's get to know this wonderful market and so many other currencies. So what is Bitcoin, or what are altcoins? Let's see it in a very simple way. I'll explain to you how money works. Well, you want to buy something? You want to buy, let's say, a television. You have your salary in the end of the month, and you're going to take, let's say, $1,000. You will go to a store, you will purchase this television, and you're going to take it home. You're going to have your receipt, and you're going to take this TV back home. But what if you're going to buy this TV set that has been pre-owned from somebody? You're going to take your money, give your money directly to this person. The person will give you the TV set. You're going to take it home, and that's it. No one even knows that this transaction has ever happened. Bitcoins and altcoins exist to meet exactly this demand. The demand to digitalize the money. So it's that simple, to digitalize currencies. But Junior, we already have many options similar to this one. We have PayPal, digital currencies on credit cards, and many other ways. These are all digital currencies, aren't they? Yes, they are. They are different digital currencies, but these digital currencies depend on third parties. If you want to buy something from a friend, let's say that TV set we mentioned, and you want to pay it with PayPal, you need a third-party company in the middle of the transaction. And this company is going to ask for a fee. So this third party will know that there was a transaction between you and, let's say, this friend, and they will know that this transaction happened. If you're paying cash, there is no need for this third party. No one has to know, or nobody has to collect any kind of fees from you or your friend. Money, the physical paper, has resolved this situation. PayPal and NetTeller, they will monitor your transactions. With the cryptocurrencies, that doesn't happen. You simply send a digital currency, receive the product, and that is it. Nobody profited from your transactions. No fee was charged from your direct transaction. So in a simple and effective way, the cryptocurrencies are dominating this market. Why? Because if I want to buy a product or digital currencies, and I want to make sure that I'm not being cloned or hacked, so the biggest problem that we used to have was that if we didn't want a third party involved, and that was virtually impossible to copy or clone. Imagine if someone could simply copy or clone your money. So this was one of the biggest problems. This has always been challenging. There was always a third party. That's the genius of blockchain, the engine technology behind Bitcoin. It makes it impossible for someone to simply copy or clone this money. It also allows that the magic happens. You don't need a third party managing the fee. When you send the money from one wallet to the other, it's transparent, it's open. Everyone can see that transaction. You know that wallet X has sent 10 Bitcoins to wallet Y, but no one will ever know what kind of transaction that was. People won't know if you paid for a TV set or if you paid a debt, if that wallet was yours or not. They don't know whose wallet it was. They only saw that that wallet sent from that other wallet. This is the great concept of Bitcoin and altcoins. The blockchain is the engine that allows all of this to happen. I'll show you a quick video that will explain to you in a better and faster way what is Bitcoin and how does it work.
What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the first decentralized digital currency. Bitcoins are digital coins you can send through the internet. Compared to other alternatives, Bitcoins have a number of advantages. Bitcoins are transferred directly from person to person via the net, without going through a bank or clearinghouse. This means that the fees are much lower, you can use them in every country, your account cannot be frozen, and there are no prerequisites or arbitrary limits. Let's look at how it works. Bitcoins are generated all over the internet by anybody running a free application called a Bitcoin miner. Mining requires a certain amount of work for each block of coins. This amount is automatically adjusted by the network such that Bitcoins are always created at a predictable and limited rate. Your Bitcoins are stored in your digital wallet, which might look familiar if you use online banking. When you transfer Bitcoins, an electronic signature is added. After a few minutes, the transaction is verified by a miner and permanently and anonymously stored in the network. The Bitcoin software is completely open source and anybody can review the code. Bitcoin is changing finance the same way the web changed publishing. When everyone has access to a global market, great ideas flourish. Let's look at some examples of how Bitcoins are already used today. You can purchase video games, gifts, books, servers, and alpaca socks. Several currency exchanges exist where you can trade your Bitcoins for dollars, euros, and more. Bitcoins are a great way for small businesses and freelancers to get noticed. It doesn't cost anything to start accepting them, there are no chargebacks or fees, and you'll get additional business from the Bitcoin economy. For your first Bitcoins and more information, visit weusecoins.com.
Check this out. Some details require a lot of attention in this video. First of all, you are your own bank. You don't need any third party to do your transactions. So imagine you want to travel to another country, let's say a country that uses euro as currency. You have to take down your dollars, convert them in a currency exchange. You'll be charged a fee for this transaction and you will pay a lot more for this money. To travel with this money, having this currency in your hands. If you have cryptocurrency, it's accepted all over the world. Once you have a card in your hand, so you can withdraw this cash anywhere in the world, or you can even spend this money directly in any place that already takes Bitcoins. That's evolution. That's direct. You will simply pay directly to the person that you're doing business with. You won't have to pay any extra fee, nor you or the other person. This is the evolution. And the second thing is, in the same way that smartphones and the internet have changed the way we receive information in the world, the Bitcoin and the altcoins have changed the financial market. Imagine the variety and the range of financial opportunities and business opportunities that are being created all over the world. Imagine the amount of things that have already changed. So for instance, in the old days, you would have to wait until the 8 o'clock news to know what happened in the nearby cities or in another country, for instance. But not nowadays. Everything is real time. People will communicate nowadays in real time. Something happened in a nearby city and you already heard this information over the social media, for instance. You will receive this information or you will receive this message via WhatsApp or Facebook or any of the social medias. So in the same way that the internet and the smartphones have changed the way the world communicates, the Bitcoins and altcoins are changing this financial market. The cryptocurrency has become something that you can't just turn your back to. Some banks, even banks, some of them have already implemented blockchains in their systems. So when you do a transaction from a bank to another bank, you pay something like, let's say, $10 to $15 of fee. So the banks are now not actually utilizing this fee. They're keeping this fee as part of their profits. So this is the big turnaround in the financial market. So this year, in the years to come, are definitely going to be altcoins years. This is something very interesting for you. If you want to check how the altcoins were originated, take a look at this here. This is the Forex map. So here we have the Forex map for the Bitcoin, for instance. So here you can see something that looks like a timeline. Let's call it a fork because you can see the roots, the origins, the divisions of Bitcoins. Bitcoin actually originated all these other currencies. So there are more than 667 currencies, different currencies. So you have like NMC, LUC, POD, GAY, PWNY, ORO. You can see that all these currencies were originated from the Bitcoin. So you have other forks, other altcoins. The person or that group, that particular group, took the Bitcoin source code, which is open. So they've made some improvements and adapted some of these things, some of these currencies. So they made these modifications, these adaptations for their specific branch of the market. Some need a very fast transaction. Others need more volume of currency transactions. So each one of them exists to supply a demand. It's a very interesting website, this map of coins. So going back to the main page, the home page, so you can see the ones that were originated from the BCN or the NXT or Ripple. We have another 4 digital currencies that were generated out of Ripple. Ripple nowadays is used by some banks. Even like Santander Bank They have already created a partnership with the Ripple. So we have 13 new currencies that were created from the NXT source code. So we have 12 plus the NXT itself. As simple as that. Nowadays, we have, let me just click here on full list. So I'm going to show you how many digital currencies are being monitored by the coin market cap, besides the Bitcoin, of course. So we have actually more than 1,531 different digital currencies, more than 1,500 altcoins. Many of this, by the way, have been unlisted because let's say they didn't thrive. Something like 90% of all these digital currencies are still active. And each one of them has a particular purpose. Is Bitcoin going to be the world's, in the future, like biggest coin? Or maybe it will be Ethereum or Ripple or Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin. This, so far, no one knows. What we can tell by now is that currencies are here and they're here to stay, and they're going to stay for many years to come. And they have already changed our financial market.